In many ways, trying to estimate the value of a mile is like trying to come up with the real value of a stock. It's super confusing and everyone will have their own number. For example, if you ask Aaron from the Mile Lion, he will say each mile is worth 1.7 cents each. Then that Chris Honey Money guy, 1.25 cents each. And Seth at 1 to 1.5 cents each. That's why in this video, I'll show you how you can come up with the value of your mile. And that is super important because by knowing the value, you'll be able to make smarter decisions. Like, when is a miles card better than a cashback card? Which airline seat class should you go for? Should you buy miles via CardUp, and so on. Also, I'll be doing a huge Instagram giveaway event, so be sure to stick to the end. I've recently set up a new Telegram channel, which you can join to discuss and ask any questions that you may have. And with that being said, let's start with the first part. What is the value that you will get when earning miles? For most people, we will earn miles through normal spending. For example, if we spend on the HSBC Revolution card, we will earn 4 miles for every dollar that we spend. People be like, this is the best method for earning miles because this is free. Not really. Even though you are not paying for it, this method is not free at all because there's opportunity cost involved. For example, if I had not been using the HSBC Revolution card, I could be using the DBS Live Fresh card to earn a 5% cashback, or UOB AWOL card to earn 6.67% effective cashback, or the Citi Cashback card to earn 8% cashback. So, in other words, the 4 miles per dollar earn rate is not free. The miles are worth anywhere between 5 to 8% cashback, which means when earning miles for free, each mile is worth 1.25 cents to 2 cents. But if you want to be conservative here, you can just use 1.25 cents per mile as the value instead. Then, for most people, we don't spend a lot, which means the amount of miles that we can earn every year won't be a lot. That's why some people turn to paying for miles in order to earn even more miles. For this, there are payment services such as CardUp and Citi Payall, where we can use them to pay for usually excluded categories like insurance and taxes. And because there's an admin fee, we are effectively paying a fee to earn miles. If you refer to this table by Mile Lion, Citi Payall has an earn rate of 1 CPM, while CardUp lets you buy miles at 1.23 CPM when you use the UOB Privy Miles Visa to pay your taxes. Another alternative is by paying annual fees. For example, when you pay for the DBS Altitude Visa card's $194.40 annual fee, you will earn 10,000 miles, which gives it an earn rate of 1.94 CPM. 1.94 CPM is definitely not a good rate to buy miles, especially when we can use payment services such as Citi Payall and CardUp to buy miles at anywhere between 1 CPM to 1.23 CPM. In summary, when earning miles through normal spending, the value of a mile is 1.25 cents per mile. And when buying miles, a good rate to pay is around 1 CPM to 1.23 CPM. These numbers are important because in order to make it worth it, we want to redeem miles above these numbers. Anything less than that, we are considered losing money. And that brings us to the next part. What is the value that we can get when redeeming miles? Let's start with non-flight redemptions first. Most companies like banks and airline companies let us do non-flight redemptions. For example, DBS lets you redeem $2,000 at 100,000 DBS points. Each DBS points is worth 2 miles, which means DBS has a conversion rate of 1 cent per mile. Or if you were to partially pay for a flight ticket using miles, SIA would let you convert at the rate of 0.95 cents per mile. Or if you were to buy the Apple iPhone 14 Plus on Chrisshop, it will cost you a kidney. I mean $1,560 or 195,000 miles, which means the value of a mouse is just 0.8 cents per mile. Or even worse, if you are using miles to buy petrol from Esso, the miles can be worth as little as 0.67 cents per mile. As you can see, if you were to redeem miles for non-flight tickets, it wouldn't be worth it. Because as mentioned earlier, we are earning miles at 1.25 cents per mile. Anything lower than that is not worth it. Now, let's talk about the good part. Flight redemptions. For this, the value of a mile can vary depending on many factors, like which airline we go for, how far are we traveling, the popularity of a flight, which class seat are we going for, does the flight have an ongoing promotion, and so on. But let's do a quick test to see what's the value that you can get when redeeming flight tickets on Singapore Airlines. We will fly to a nearby location, Hong Kong, and a super far location, New York, where you will sit for 24 hours until your backside also cramp. The flights are 6 months out, and I'll be using a Saver ticket. Just in case you do not know, Saver tickets are cheaper but have limited seats, while Advantage tickets are more expensive but have more availability. So, for example, if I were to take an economy flight from Singapore to Hong Kong, the flight ticket will cost $590 plus taxes. And if I were to redeem it using miles, it will cost 33,000 miles plus taxes. Or in other words, the value of a mile would be worth 1.79 cents per mile. Then I just repeat the comparison for the rest of the class seats and flights. And here's the result. There are two things I want to point out. One, you will notice that the value of miles follow the same trend for both flights. The higher class you go, the higher value it will be. For example, for the Hong Kong return flight, the value of a mile starts at 1.79 for economy class, then goes all the way up to 5.47 for first class. And for the flight to New York, the value of a mile starts at 3, then goes all the way up to 6.44 for first class. Because of this, we can say that miles are worth the most when you redeem for first class and the least when you redeem for economy. 2. When you go from economy to premium economy, both the price increment and miles increment would be quite large. But when you go from premium economy to business, the price increment is large, but the miles increment is very small. That's why most people would straight away go for business class instead of premium economy. Because by just paying a little bit more to upgrade to business class, you get a lot more leg room, better recline, better headrest, plus higher quality of food and beverages. So can we say that for short flights, the value would be around 2.8 cents per mile, and for long flights, the value would be around 4.65 cents per mile? Yes, but here's the thing. For everything that we spend on, there's a displayed value and there's a personal value that we give to it. Take for example, if I tell you this Cai Fan with fish costs $50, but because today the boss is not around, I'll give you a special 80% discount. So it only costs $10. Would you be willing to pay $10 to buy this Cai Fan with fish? Some people would be like, wow, 80% discount very worth it But that's an incorrect way to view things. Because if we feel that this Cai Fan should only cost $5, that 80% discount doesn't matter at all. Because we are only willing to pay $5. Anything more than that won't be worth it to us. This is the same thing with miles. Just because a mile is worth more when you redeem business class or first class, it doesn't mean that they are worth that much to you personally. Using the previous example, let's say if you want to sit business class for the Hong Kong flight, but you are only willing to pay $1,000 for the flight ticket. This means the value of your miles is only 1.47 and not 2.88. Similarly, for the New York flight, if you want to sit business class but are only willing to pay 4K for the ticket, the value of our miles is only 1.79 and not 4.65. So as you can see, the value of a mile depends a lot on how much you value the flight ticket. Okay, let's summarize this. When earning miles through normal spending, the value of a mile is around 1.25 CPM. Or when buying miles, a good rate to go for would be 1 to 1.23 CPM. Then, when we want to redeem our miles, we want to make sure that we are redeeming it at a better rate. For me, a business flight redemption would value my miles at around 1.47 to 1.79 CPM. Good news! Instagram is currently running a KK Day voucher giveaway campaign where you will stand a chance to win up to $50 worth of KK Day voucher. Here's how to join. First, you will need to sign up to Instagram using my link down below and get approved from 20th August to 19th September. Then comment down below and let me know what's the number one thing that you like about Instagram and why. Winners will be chosen based on the most creative answers. There will be two $50 KK Day vouchers and 23 $30 KKday vouchers up for grabs. Winners will be chosen on 20th September and we have to redeem the KKday vouchers by 30th September. So good luck and get creative, yeah? So that was a quick guide on how to value your mouse. But do let me know down below, how much are your mouse worth to you? Like, share and subscribe as I'll be posting new videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday.